After 13 years of trophy hunting, I found the biggest pain point of every trophy hunter: unattainable platinum trophies. It's literally the worst feeling to open up one of the games from your childhood, only to find out the servers closed 50 million years ago, and the platinum will never be earned again. Unless, of course, you illegally hack them. Don't do that. Here are 10 nostalgic, unavailable PS3 platinums that bring us back to the glory days. Coming in as bonus number 11 is a game I've wanted a platinum for over 10 years. Army of Two 40th Day, developed by EA Montreal in 2010 with 51 trophies. This game came after the first Army of Two, which was released in 2008 and never had trophies patched in. And 40th Day came before Army of Two Devil's Cartel. PSN Profiles reports only 1,095 people have actually achieved this platinum, which makes this platinum extremely rare at 0.3%. While this game didn't impress everyone, it did manage to capture a passionate fan base. Take Cheddar Bob, for example, who considers this game to be one of his all-time favorites. People love Army of Two because of the co-op teamwork aspect. There's an innovative aggro system where one teammate becomes the tank and takes all the attention. That way the other teammate can flank across the battlefield unnoticed. The weapon customization system was also a fan favorite. This system allowed us to have some of the most fire gear designs available at the time. The story mode takes us through the perspective of Rios and Salem, private military contractors who are trying to stop terrorists from invading Shanghai, China. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. These 11 trophies are no longer available after the servers closed October 20th, 2022. Especially the DIY PMC trophy, where you had to create a custom mask on the official Army of Two website. Apparently the website has been down for some time now, resulting in yet another EA letdown. But if you're interested, the platinum for Devil's Cartel is still available at the time of recording. Coming in at number 10, Portal 2, developed in 2011 by Valve with 51 trophies. Over 12,000 people were able to get the platinum before servers closed May 22nd, 2018. Portal 2 is an all-time fan favorite, scoring a 95% rating with Metacritic and selling over 4 million copies. The game is known for the mechanics being centered around a portal gun, allowing players to create linked portals to solve mind-bending, physics-based puzzles. Every level introduced new challenges and mechanics, making the game feel fresh and keeping players engaged. Players also loved co-op mode, which brings an entirely different set of levels separate from single player. The characters GLaDOS and Wheatley also stood out for their humor.
I've been really busy being dead.
They added depth to the storyline, which made this game much more than just a puzzle game. Sadly, the trophies that are online co-op only are Professor Portal and Friend List with benefits. These trophies are unavailable, with the servers being switched off 6 years ago in 2018. Throughout the game, you can shoot portals onto white surfaces, which makes things interesting when a portal gets shot on the moon at the end of the game. While we're in outer space, our channel partner Into the AM has the best clothes for intergalactic adventure. They're a 5-star clothing brand, all about providing premium apparel, all the way from basic tees, polos, shorts, to the best graphic designs I've ever seen. Every graphic starts hand-drawn by their very own design team located in sunny Anaheim, California. All apparel is screen printed in-house with some of the best machinery and materials on the planet. They have some of the most fire designs I've ever seen, but I love their normal clothes as well. There's also a platinum trophy for using my discount code PLATINUMPASTE for 10% off your order. These pieces fit my style perfectly. I love wearing them for all our shenanigans.
To a cave.
Don't forget to click the link in the description for your platinum trophy. 10% off every order. Number 9, Resistance 2. Developed in 2008 by Insomniac Games and published by Sony exclusively for PlayStation, with 39 trophies. Another fan favorite, racking up an 87% on Metacritic and a 9.5 out of 10 on IGN. This game won fans over with a gripping story about humanity's fight for survival against relentless alien invaders. Also published in a time when movies like District 9 and War of the Worlds were popular movies. Resistance 2 is known for its large-scale battles and epic set-piece moments. Players face off against science fiction creatures in intense firefights, creating a sense of grandeur and urgency. This game also had co-op campaign where up to 8 players could join together. This game comes as a series. Resistance Fall of Man never had a trophy list patched in, but Resistance 3, Retribution, and Burning Skies are all still available for platinum trophies. And unfortunately, the platinum for Resistance 2 is no longer available due to servers closing April 8th, 2014. The trophies that no longer work are Berserker, Killing Machine, Point Man, and Team Player. PSN Profiles reports over 400,000 players with only 8,000 platinum achievers, which unfortunately makes this platinum one of the rarest of all time at 0.5%.
Forgive me, sir. It was an honor.
Number 8, my first Battlefield game, Battlefield Bad Company 2. Developed in 2010 by DICE, published by EA with 51 trophies. There are over 29,000 platinum achievers according to PSN Profiles. This game was the start of something beautiful, rated at 88% by Metacritic and an 8.9 out of 10 by IGN. And being that the game sold over 12 million copies, the game was a complete success. This game's multiplayer was revolutionary for its destructible environments. There are maps for both open vehicle combat and tighter infantry engagements. The campaign, on the other hand, was received generally well as we try to stop yet another Russian invasion. Typical, but I loved how the first mission was set back in 1944, which helped develop the present-day plot with Russia, which of course reminds me of classic Call of Duty. If you want to platinum this game or Bad Company 1, you just missed your chance. The servers went offline December 8th, 2023, rendering all the multiplayer trophies unattainable. With that being said, I guess I should warn you that Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and Hardline servers will be shut down November 7th, 2024. Figured I'd let you know while there's still time. Coming in at number 7, a cult classic, Mad Max. Developed in 2015 by Avalanche Studios with 50 trophies. Even though it's technically a PS4 game, I had to mention it due to how tragic this platinum actually is. While the game itself is criminally underrated at a 69% on Metacritic and an 8.4 out of 10 by IGN, the game managed to bring on a passionate fanbase. Take Joshua, for example, who says the game became one of his favorite open-world sandbox games of all time. People love Mad Max for its immersive open world, intense combat mechanics, extensive customization options, and a compelling storyline set in a post-apocalyptic world. With danger around every corner, players must scavenge the harsh wasteland and fight for survival. The game also stays true to the Mad Max universe from the film series. The game is also notorious for its vehicle combat, magnum opus. According to the publisher, up to 60% of the game is driving. The legendary vehicle has a variety of upgrades including flamethrowers, turbo boosts, a ramming ability, spikes, and many more. The servers were officially shut down October 31st, 2020 after barely being 5 years old. You might be asking, how does servers being down affect a single player only game? Prepare to be amazed. The Up to the Task trophy is for completing all non-repeating challenges. There are 2 scrap crew challenges called A Penny Saved and Dividend for earning 500 and 2,000 scrap from scrap crews. The issue is that apparently the scrap crews require an online connection to continue generating scrap. So unless you completed the challenge before November 1st, 2020, this trophy no longer works. It can't be that hard to write a patch that allows scrap crews to generate without internet. Or couldn't we just auto-pop the trophy? Since it's not our fault a single-player trophy requires an internet connection. Number 6, Killzone 2. Developed in 2009 by Guerrilla Games with 52 trophies. With over 500,000 players on PSN Profiles, the game only managed 10,000 platinum achievers, resulting in an ultra-rare platinum at 0.4%. This game came highly anticipated back in 2009, scoring a 91% on Metacritic and a 9.4 out of 10 from IGN, selling over 2.5 million units worldwide. The Killzone series is all about intergalactic war between the human race. Beginning in 2050, the Earth became nearly uninhabitable after nuclear war broke out over scarce resources. So the remaining governments formed a sort of United Nations and began seeking resources in space to support the human race. Of course, conflict arises between the human factions, the Vectans, and the Helghast. The Helghast being the enemies who commit the war crimes. The game is known for its grimy visuals, action, the soundtrack, and the multiplayer modes. Interestingly, multiplayer for Killzone 2 and 3 is actually called Warzone. Does that ring a bell? Online matches can connect between 2 and 32 players, which can group 6 squads of up to 4 players. As you probably guessed, the game's multiplayer trophies are no longer available after the servers closed March 29th, 2018. The platinum is rated at an 8 out of 10 difficulty and set at 50 hours. And there's no good news here. Killzone 2 and 3 trophies are no longer available after server shutdown. Killzone Mercenary and Shadowfall trophies also not available after another server shutdown August 12th, 2022, which officially makes these platinums some of the rarest of all time. Number 5, from one of the biggest franchises of all time, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. While the Ezio Collection for PS4 remastered this game in 2016, that doesn't change that the PS3 edition is no longer available. Developed in 2010 by Ubisoft with 51 trophies. PSN Profiles reports over 22,000 people were able to get the platinum before server shutdown October 1st, 2022. Brotherhood continues the story of Ezio Auditore during the Italian wars from 1500 to 1507. The assassins fight to preserve peace and free will, while the Templars seek to control others, taking most of the action to the famous city of Rome. This game was the first in the main series to feature a multiplayer mode, which explains the unobtainable platinum. There are 8 game modes, all mostly revolving around stealth skills. This resulted in quite a few unattainable trophies, making this platinum a keepsake for those who were able to get it at 0.4%, and they only get worse from here. Coming in at number 4, Little Big Planet. Developed in 2008 by Media Molecule with 48 trophies. Little Big Planet offers a fresh take on the platforming genre, blending side-scrolling with the ability for players to create their own levels. This allows friends to tackle levels and create content together. The game's visual style was also widely praised as unique, charming, and visually appealing. This is the game I always used to play with my little brother, and it brings back so many memories. When I found out the servers closed September 21st, 2021, it hit me in the stomach. This is one of those games that I always said I would clean up eventually, and I only had 18 trophies left. Unfortunately for me and the 4.5 million other people who bought this game, 15 trophies are no longer available. To make matters worse, it's not just Little Big Planet. Little Big Planet Vita, Little Big Planet 2, Little Big Planet 3, and Little Big Planet Karting. All these games have unattainable platinums. The Little Big Planet series was revolutionary, scoring a 95% rating on Metacritic and a 9.5 out of 10 with IGN. The platinum is ultra rare at 0.4%. If you were able to get any of these platinum trophies in your cabinet, you were able to save a little piece of heaven, one of the best game franchises out there. And if those games didn't break your heart already, these last 3 games will. Number 3, a game that needs no introduction, The Last of Us. Developed in 2013 by Naughty Dog with 24 trophies on the PS3 edition. The game scored nearly perfect ratings across the board with a 95% on Metacritic and a 10 out of 10 on IGN. Fans talk about The Last of Us as the greatest game of all time, and the game has everything you could possibly imagine. The game is praised for its compelling storytelling, deep character development, and the gripping post-apocalyptic world. The story explores themes of survival, loss, and human connection. Players easily become emotionally invested in the journey. The story follows the outbreak of the mutant cordyceps fungus in the United States, which transforms its hosts into aggressive creatures. 20 years into the outbreak, Joel discovers Ellie, who reminds him of his own daughter. She claims she is immune, so Joel takes it upon himself to protect her in hopes of finding a cure. The game blends third-person shooter mechanics with stealth and survival elements. Players scavenge for resources like ammunition, crafting materials, and health supplies. And I guess all good things must come to an end. This version of the game had multiplayer trophies, which unfortunately shut down September 3rd, 2019. Firefly, Hunter, Knowing the Basics, Populous, and all the other versions still have an obtainable platinum trophy. Another tragic situation at number 2, Uncharted 3 PS3 Edition. Developed in 2011 by Naughty Dog with 55 trophies, Uncharted holds a special place in my heart. This game was filled with unbelievable sequences, from trying to escape the sinking ship, falling out of the sky, and finding the lost city of Ubar. Cinematic cutscenes that are just like a real movie, beautifully exotic locations, epic action sequences, hidden puzzles, hardcore parkour. It's the story of a good guy whose actions continually put him in the wrong places at the wrong times. I remember one of my favorite scenes from this game when I was 13. Drake lands in the middle of the desert, and the cinematic journey literally made my jaw drop.
Perfect.
Popular trophies in the game are find all 100 treasures. There are combat trophies like defeating 30 enemies with each weapon or 100 headshots, which can easily be done by playing the campaign. But the most notorious trophy is for beating the campaign on crushing difficulty. Crushing has proven itself to be difficult for many players. Only 2.1% of players on console actually beat Uncharted 3 on crushing difficulty. And no cap, this PS3 Platinum will actually be mine in just a few weeks.
You will?
I'll link that video above when it's ready, but for everyone else, these servers closed on September 3rd, 2019. This renders the trophy Thrill Seeker for completing one multiplayer game unavailable. Luckily, if you want the original Uncharted Platinum, that one is still good to go on the PS3. But the Uncharted 2 PS3 Platinum is also unattainable. So we saved the best for last, the worst for last, the baddest of them all, a game that thousands of players still call their favorite COD of all time. A game that changed Call of Duty forever. Black Ops 2 released in 2012, developed by Treyarch with 51 trophies. This trophy list is rated at an 8 out of 10 difficulty at 45 hours to complete. But we all know that isn't true, because the trophy for the transit Easter egg itself requires 4 people who actually know what they're doing. I probably spent 20 to 30 hours just on this one trophy alone back in the day. Only 2 2.2% of console players have completed the transit Easter egg. But the biggest trophy this game is known for is Giant Accomplishment, for achieving every challenge in the game. These challenges are for things like eliminating enemies with different weapons, collect all the intel, and survive every mission without dying. And the campaign requires another separate playthrough for the Veteran Difficulty trophy, so it's safe to say this trophy takes at least 2 to 3 playthroughs. Once upon a time, there was a trophy called Big Leagues for winning 5 league play games in a division. But in December 2015, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. No. In December 2015, League Play was officially shut down barely 3 years after launch, prematurely closing this trophy forever. But Black Ops 2 is also known for its incredible zombie maps. I loved all the other zombie maps, which came with an additional 40 DLC trophies. I highly recommend these for nostalgic purposes. I missed getting the Golden Spork on Mob of the Dead, riding the plane, and in Origins, my favorite staff was the Wind Staff, because my friends would take all the other ones. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what other Platinum trophies are no longer available that you want to see in the next video.
Wow. Let's do that again.